Hey, today I just want to do a quick little ranking thing of the Final Destination series. I absolutely love this series, except for one of the movies. I'll get to that very soon. And this is my little prized possession thing that is like the pack of all of them on Blu-ray. It's not really my prized possession. I've got some stuff I probably appreciate a little bit more, but still pretty cool. I like it. I like this little pack. Yeah, so let's get to the ranking. Simple as that. All right, so coming in at number 5, the very worst of the Final Destination series by far is Final Destination 4, or The Final Destination as it was called upon release, and then was not the final one anymore because a 5th movie came out, much like Saw 7, otherwise known as Saw the Final Chapter, then became not the final chapter anymore when Jigsaw and Spiral came out. Horror likes to do that a lot of the time. The same thing happened with Friday the 13th, the 4th one. There's a whole bunch of examples of these that go around, but yeah, number 4 is really just particularly bad. Just in this one, the effects look terrible for some reason. Like, you'll get your dodgy little CGI moments and stuff in the earlier ones that are a bit outdated, but with this one, I don't know, it's like they were trying way too hard to rely on that CGI. I think this one had a considerably lower budget. Maybe it was higher, but they didn't know what they were doing. I haven't looked it up, but I don't know. Something went wrong with this one, particularly in that the opening sequence with the race cars and everything that go around. Like, there's just some really notable bad looking moments there, and it's just boring as well. I don't know, this one tries too hard to be funny, if that makes sense. Like, I know that this is a pretty silly series, it gets very over the top, but this one leans a little too heavily into it. Part of the charm of the silliness of a series like this is that it weirdly takes itself seriously. This one, I don't know, it's just bad acting, bad effects. It sucks. I really don't like number 4. Then coming in next, and pretty much from here on out, I love all of these, it's Final Destination 5. You know, it being at number 4 isn't really a dig at this one. I still like it quite a bit. I think it's really good. I particularly love the very memorable ending, which, you know, if you're watching this, I assume you've seen it. If not, spoilers in a second. This is a sneaky prequel, which it turns out that this is actually set before the first one. Apparently there's a bunch of giveaways, like, I don't know, the technology. They don't have, like, you know, iPhones and shit, and a bunch of this stuff that you may notice if you're looking closely, but I know that I certainly didn't notice this stuff the first time I was watching it. It blew my mind. At the very end of the movie, they get on the plane that the first movie opens with, which, you know, of course, as we know, crashes. And I just think that's amazing. It's like, it's kind of a cool circular loop. I guess loops are circular. It's just a nice bookend, I guess. You know, we return to the start and it just kind of keeps on going, much like death does. And if you skip it, it's going to come back. It very much mirrors that idea of the entire series overall. So I love that ending. As for the rest of it, it's all right. Like, it's pretty good. It's basically like the others, except what I do like about 5 is that there's a little bit more of there's an antagonist there at the end. And I do like that. It's a little bit different, I suppose. Then next up is just Final Destination, the first one. This is great, of course. It's the one that started it all. It's really kind of an impact, obviously, upon the entire series and genre, really. This was kind of a big deal in 2000. But, you know, this one's kind of a little slower, a little more like, oh, we have to figure out what's going on, the investigation upon death and stuff. It's a little bit slower paced, and it doesn't get into the ridiculous bloody kills quite as much as you'd like as the ones after this one do. Like, there's the one where the guy slips in the, like, bath and shower thing and gets strangled by the thing. Like, obviously that's not a desirable death to have, but it's also not the most explosive, exciting one to watch. But there is that one where there's the house fire and the woman gets all the knives falls on her and stuff, and I guess the Sean William Scott getting decapitated by the piece of metal coming by on the train is pretty spectacular. But of course the kills escalate from here on throughout the series, and so I put it in like mid-grade for Final Destination, if that's okay with you. If it's not, it's already done. This is recorded. Next up at number 2 is Final Destination 3. I love the iconic imagery of the roller coaster crash at the very start. It'll never leave my mind. This used to be my favorite one when I was a kid, just because of the roller coaster part, really. And I don't know, I like amusement parks and all that stuff, and that was fun. But as for the rest of it, you get some good kills in there, like the guy with the gym thing, and just explodes on his head, and certain things like that. I will say that a little gripe for this one is that I begin to get annoyed by this third movie in that all of the characters don't know what's going on, and so we have to, again, after 2 times already, watch these characters come to terms with what's going on and understand the rules, and like that, you know, they've skipped death and death is now coming after them and everything. It's like, yes, I've watched 2 movies of this already, I know, and you kind of have to watch it again. But I mean, there's not really any way around that when, you know, with every single movie you kill the entire cast off, so you know, it's kind of this balancing act where you have to like keep the fans happy sort of, and like get along with it, don't take too long to get to the point, but also it has to be like, okay, well, maybe new people are watching, these are definitely new characters, so we kind of have to explain what's going on. That part is a little bit annoying, but for the most part I really enjoy this movie, and yeah, I don't know, it's awesome. And then my very favorite one, I think the best Final Destination movie, is the second one in, obviously, Final Destination 2. This one, of course, has that scene at the opening where the logs fall off the truck right through a car, and then it creates this just ridiculous accident that just keeps kind of, what's the word, like, it's like a domino effect where this car crashes into this one, and then this, you know, the motorbike gets taken out, and whatever, it just keeps going. It's like, look, it's probably not, I haven't watched it in a bit, but like, I remember this sequence going for like 10 minutes, like it just keeps going, and it's absolutely brilliant. But as for the rest of the movie, I like that, what's her name, Clear Rivers or something, I like that she actually returns, and so she explains what's going on to the characters. It's a little bit of a fast track way of explaining it, I suppose. But this one also has my very favorite kill in the series, which is the one where the guy is going around in his house because he's making pasta or spaghetti or whatever the hell he's making. Spaghetti is pasta, but anyway, he's cooking something, and like there's all these red herrings and stuff where you think he's going to get killed by, I don't know, a knife or something. You think he's going to get killed by the fire that starts in his apartment, and all this stuff is, you know, everything is so close to getting him, but he escapes, and after everything, he falls climbing down the ladder outside of his apartment, and it falls into his eye, and it's just like, of course that's where you were going with this shit, right? Like, nobody saw that coming. You're thinking he's gonna die from all these things, and that is what Final Destination does at its very best, and I love it. And honestly, because of that and because of the log thing, 2 is the best, just for those reasons. And that's all. So yeah, thanks for watching and all that stuff. Let me know what your little ranking is and everything, because, you know, there's only 5 of them. This is like a mini ranking, I suppose. And yeah, do the things, which are like and comment and share and subscribe, and see me next time. I'll probably do some more Final Destination videos sometime soon.